Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. I just want to speak about the affairs that is taking place right now in our time, the current affairs, which is the war that is taking place between Russia and Ukraine. You know, Islam forbids injustice, oppression, and what Putin is doing against the Ukrainian civilians is haram. It's forbidden. It's unjust. Killing innocent people is forbidden. Invading people's countries without justified reason is forbidden. You understand? And now, but what something catch my attention. That did you know that Bush, the ex-president or the president that invaded Iraq, he said about Putin, his war against Ukraine is unjustified. Yes, it's unjustified. Yep. But if you listen to Putin, he's using the same wording that Bush used when he wanted to invade Iraq. So why is halal for Bush and it's haram for Putin? You see, you know, when there's a fitna, when there's a war, Allah sometimes subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is no way to expose the hypocrites except by that which will look at as evil. It's evil from our angle. War and this type of war will kill innocent people, you know. However, expose people. For example, there is a Ukrainian man blew up himself to destroy a bridge in order for the Russian to not come to Ukraine. Yeah, they call him a hero. But when a Muslim does say he's a terrorist, so I'm thinking, where is the criteria? When you're gonna call this man hero and you're gonna call him a terrorist? When you're gonna call them freedom fighters? As for Islam, killing yourself is forbidden. Killing yourself is forbidden. لا تقتلوا أنفسكم. Allah said, do not kill yourself. You see? So what we see, there's many hypocrisies happening now. So when our Palestinian brothers and sisters and Boutrika, the Egyptian footballer, in a football match, he showed a t-shirt in supporting our brothers and sisters in Palestine. The FIFA said they fined him. They said do not bring politics into football. How come we see all the footballers carrying the Ukrainian flag? I thought it's forbidden to bring politics into football. No, it's halal for them, haram for the Muslims. So what is happening now? And of course, we're not saying we wish that the issue of the war to be resolved, because we don't like innocent people being killed. It's as we say, it's haram in Islam, forbidden. You know. However, many channels, many newspapers been exposed. They have a double standard. And how come when Russia sent their armies to kill the Syrians in Syria, it was the same year when Russia held the World Cup? Why the United Nations didn't say, you know what, let us change the place because Russians are killing the Syrians? Why we didn't see that? Why clear hypocrisy? Why double standard? People have to see that when it comes from Muslims, they completely different criteria. But for themselves, look, subhanallah. So I'm not saying it because I'm happy there's a war. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that in the Quran and Sunnah, killing innocent people is haram. To kill one innocent person as if you kill a whole mankind, let alone killing children, women and so on. But how many years our brothers and sisters been suffering in Palestine, been oppressed in Palestine? Why no one speaking about it? Why the media coverage only covering what's happened in Ukraine? But when it comes to Palestine 5%. But when it comes to Ukraine, 95%. You know, subhanAllah, when I was listening to Putin, I thought, let me rewind my memory. Bush and Blair said the same thing. Let me go back. Bush said the same thing. We're going to invade Iraq because Saddam is a tyrant, and the people, Saddam is killing the Kurdish. Yeah, so we need to help them. Putin, he said, the leader of Ukraine is a tyrant. He's killing the minority who are Russians, so he's coming to help them.
Shamsi,
you see the hypocrisy. You see the hypocrisy.
In the Middle East, which is between Muslims and Muslims.
That's a good question. Why there's a war?
West involved.
Yeah, there's a. Can you tell me? Can you name me one war happened between the Muslims in the 50s?
Syria, not in the 50s. No.
Tell me which year?
The last 10 years, Syria.
Who was invaded in Iraq?
No, in Iraq, in Syria, there's a civil war. Regardless.
No. In Syria, yeah. Russia get involved to save Bashar?
That is true.
Yeah, so when the people rebel against Bashar, even though I don't agree with rebelling,
Yeah, but
hear me out,
got involved.
hear me out. That was what protesting. They protest against Bashar, okay?
true, yeah.
They did protest against Bashar, you understand? However, did you know in Britain they were allowing everyone to go and help the people in Syria?
Yeah.
And I fear that is going to happen same thing when you allow every person to go and help Ukrainian, and then what happened? You send in who are extremists and you are weaponized extremist people.
But
So
Islam brings peace.
Islam, when you say bring peace, Islam is not a religion of slap me one cheek, give you the other cheek. Because sometimes in order to bring peace, you have to wage a war. That's why in Islam there's something called jihad, and that is a praiseworthy war. Because for example, ISIS, many countries did negotiate with ISIS to stop the killing and stop what they're doing. But the countries, European countries and the Muslim countries, they have noticed the only way to stop their evil by waging a war. In order to establish peace in Iraq, to wage a war. You understand? That is a praiseworthy war to remove the oppressors, and that is Islam.
But if
Yeah.
Islam brings peace, how come that in countries where there's the high populations of Muslim have much more war than countries like the West?
Is
Between them themselves.
No,
Between West.
brother, I told you. Can you name me a war happened between the Muslims in the 50s?
I don't know, but
In the 40s.
the Middle East.
So,
is full with-
so I tell you when as soon as the American invaded and got involved in the Middle East, the problem started.
Only in the 90s was the first time America invaded.
No, brother, you have to learn. You have to study history. You clearly haven't studied history, brother.
I know England.
Understand? Hold on. Wait. Before that, who helped and gave Palestine to Jewish people? Who did that? England. And since then, problems start in the Middle East.
But there was before in Palestine, even before England. There was
Of course, there's a war between England and Muslims with the British.
True, but also between Muslims and Muslims. Look what's happening even in African Muslim countries.
Brother, before we go to that, listen, we don't know there is a war between Christians and the world as well, between atheists. So that argument is very bad. Firstly, listen carefully, brother.
Advocating Christianity.
Yeah, no, I understand what I'm saying to you, brother, yeah? What's your name? My name's Shamsi, David, okay. What I'm saying to you, David, yeah? You clearly have not studied history. French invaded Algeria in 1831. So what they did, Algeria was civilized before French came to us. French, they raped our brothers and sisters, destroyed Algeria for 132 years.
Muhammad himself-
Wait. Look, now it's exposing to Muhammad now. Wait.
Yeah, understood.
Before I come to that, listen, let me ask, how come Algerians, the only people, listen, Akhi Habibi, how come the only country that speak French? Because many countries have been invaded by the Western world. But why is Algeria who speak French? Do you know why?
No.
He doesn't know. Because the civilized country, La Liberté's country, the French country, in 1948, they made a law. You know, Allah would teach Arabic language in the schools. My father, may Allah have mercy upon him, didn't know how to read Arabic. He didn't know how to write Arabic because he was not allowed to go to school where in Algeria to learn the Arabic language. So the French, they had to impose their language on us. Therefore, the Algerian people, the Arab people in French speak Arabic language. The way they speak Arabic language in the countries, now we speak about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I refute your argument. Now Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, he never attacked any country. They started it first. Let's go to Medina. Medina, when he moved to Medina, Prophet had a treaty with the Yahud, Jewish people there, yes? What is the treaty? The treaty that if anyone attack us from outside, it's upon us to come all together and defend. Okay? That was the treaty. And they wrote it down. They agreed with that, no doubt about that, yeah? What they did, Banu Qurayza, when all parties came together to destroy the Muslims in Medina, minority. Oh, have you heard minority? They were minority. They come to destroy them. What the Yahud did? The Yahud betrayed the contract, and they went to Abu Sufyan and they said, we're going to attack the Muslims from behind.
Are you Sunni or Shia?
I'm Sushi. I'm
You're trying to be politically correct.
No, I'm Sunni. No, I'm Sunni. No, well, listen.
You're Sunni. What do you think about Shia?
No, before
I'm not a Shia.
David, we're jumping. No, Habibi. We're jumping, David, yeah?
No, I know. No, he
no. Did you know that after that, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu Allah aided him and guess the Arabs, the parties, Prophet said, now we go to Bani Qurayda. When they went inside the fortress, Bani Qurayda said, we're not going to be happy with anyone's decision, no Muhammad. So don't blame Prophet Muhammad sallallahu with who? With Sa'd ibn Mu'ad radiyallahu anhu wa ardah. Sa'd ibn Mu'ad, he was their ally in the pre-Islamic days. They say, oh Muhammad alayhi salam, let ibn Mu'ad to judge us. Sa'd ibn Mu'ad, he came, he said, oh messenger of Allah, if I make a decision, would everyone accept it? He said yes. He said, okay, we kill their man and we keep their children. Okay, now did you know that this law is in the Torah in the Old Testament? In the Old Testament, okay, according to Jewish Bible, if you go to a city and the city is surrounded to you, if the city, that is Deuteronomy, if تكلمت يعني عفوا اخوانكم لا عفوا بارك الله فيكم. Deuteronomy 20:21, he says, if you go to city and besiege it, then they surrender to you, kill their man. Another one, kill the little girls, keep the woman that's shouting about, keep the little one. Second, أنا من الجزائر وأنا من المغرب ومن فلسطين ومن السعودية ومن الكويت، أنا مسلم الحمد لله ما في بال الحمد لله.
Come on, والله اخويا
أنا توثق أول هذا. Do you understand? So Alhamdulillah, Ibn Qayyim, may Allah have mercy upon him, he said when the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, if you study his history, even against the Romans, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu sent his companion as an ambassador to the Romans and they killed him. By law, even our time, that is what? Sign of war. You are waging a war. Prophet prepared himself. أنت مين من سوريا؟ من أي بلد؟ ها؟ ها؟
I'm from here.
أو أنا أتكلم عربي. كيف تعلمت عربي؟
شباب.
ها؟ شباب. أنت ما زال شباب يا أخي، أنت ليش عندك 60 عام ولا إيش؟ خلها شباب. وداش تبوخ يا أخي كالسيارة يا أخي. والله لك كار man. Anyway, David, are you Muslim, Christian, atheist?
None of this.
As an atheist, to be honest, you have no leg to stand on to criticize no one.
I'm not criticizing, I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I understand. Yeah, alhamdulillah, I understand. But I'm saying that because
Criticizing.
No, I'm saying like I'm just saying that because as an atheist, that we are according to atheistic belief. Because many people who ascribe themselves to atheism do not really understand the meaning of true atheism. Atheism, remember, what is it? That we are a product of random reaction of a blind matter.
All atheism is saying is that we do not believe in God, but it doesn't mean we know that humankind was created by something else. All it says is that it declines the answer of religion.
That's not atheism, no. You are trying to simplify atheism. Atheism meaning...
You know what atheism is? Atheism. Do you know what theism is?
No, atheism believer.
Okay.
I understand
so
that.
All it's saying is not believing.
No,
It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean if you're atheist you need to believe in evolution. All it's saying.
No, I'm not saying you believe in evolution. I'm saying, okay, this tremendous creation that we see.
Why did God create the whole creation?
Now, before we say why Allah created the whole universe, creation, firstly, it is well established in our, no doubt, deep down, and I'm not saying it because I know deep down, you doubt yourself that there's no way for us to come with this, us and this beautiful creation came without.
I don't know what created it, but if I tell you that you tell me this cost you $10,000, and I say no, it wasn't $10,000, and you ask me how much did it cost, and I say I don't know. If I don't know how much it costs, do I need to agree with you that it's 10,000? No, but I can still tell you I think it's not 10,000, but yet I don't know how much it is. So if
that's not the argument that we're talking about. The argument we're talking about.
All I'm trying to say is, if someone says I do not believe that there is a God, but yet I still don't know what created the creation, it doesn't mean that they need to agree to the answer you apply.
No, I'm not. Listen carefully. What I'm saying, my point here is that utilize our rationality, our natural inclination, without any doubt, that this creation must have a creator.
We don't know.
No, we know for a fact.
Okay, and if it does have a creator, how do you know that it's good?
Wait, before we go to that, yeah? For example, the argument Allah utilized in the Quran, would they create by nothing? Or did they create themselves? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Surely they have no firm beliefs.
Who created Allah?
Before you jump in, you keep jumping, David,
Yeah,
step by
I
step.
just want to bring
no,
an
no, no, no,
example.
no, no. Before step by step, when you want to build a house, you don't put a ceiling first. It will drop on you and kill you. You put foundation, then the pillars, then the ceiling.
How
Okay.
do you know that the
So-
creation wasn't here always?
Wait, step by step, step by step. When you say the creation was here always,
I'm not saying. I'm saying I don't know that it wasn't.
no,
here.
let's analyze that. Let's analyze every claim, because deep down you know that is not the case. Because if you said the creation was here always, which part of creation? You and I? Because I know I did not exist 50 years ago.
You did, but maybe your ancestors did.
Yeah, but which creation that always existed? Me? Which one?
Matter, nature,
Yeah, matter. What is matter? Tell me.
nature.
What is nature?
You stand on
Yeah, tell me which one came into existence. They put it together.
the core of it,
Where is the coffee? Tell me.
the earth.
The earth we can
Maybe
see.
it was always here.
But how is earth always here?
And now, what is your answer? That God created it, but what created God then?
No, okay, this is. Wait. Firstly, before we go to that, I will answer it, no doubt, because it's a
I
logical
agree. I
argument.
don't have a better answer, but your answer.
You know,
is
let me
even
finish,
better.
but let me finish my point.
Go on.
Let me finish my points. Okay, my point here is that the verse I was quoting to you, would they create by nothing, or they create themselves, or create the heavens and the earth? Surely they have no firm beliefs. Okay. Now we know that nothingness, no way creates something. Do you agree with that?
No,
So you believe pure nothingness can create something?
neither. There is a possibility. It might be that nothingness can.
Okay, look after
In
yourself.
our human finite minds, we can only see something that was created by a creator.
Define nothingness.
No
Pure
thing.
nothingness. Nothing. So nothing can create me.
There is such a possibility. Yeah.
So watch this one, ya akhwa.
We
So,
as
wait,
humans
no,
are-
let me finish. So there is possibility,
Yeah.
non-existent can create something. But bear in mind, non-existent is not even there to begin with, can create something. And that's why you
know what no thing
no, wait. Are you saying that?
Yes, I'm saying.
Take care of
this
yourself.
is a
Have a nice day.
possibility.
No, it's not. Wallahi, deep down you know that it's falsehood, and you know it's battle, because you know answer Arabic.
my argument.
Wallahi, deep down it's battle. You know that is a
Who
falsehood.
created Allah?
Before you create Allah, that is a logical argument. You know why?
Why?
Because by definition, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator, the creator, and created. Now,
But what created the creator?
wait. Now this question is Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, mentioned the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Shaitan will come to one of you. He said, who created such and such? He said, Allah. Who created such and such? He said, Allah. Who created such and such? Allah. They said, who created Allah? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that? No, like some people thinking, this you don't want to answer it. No, because it's called, there's no, and this when you become insane. Okay, for example, we know this creation came into existence. Now, if the creator needs another creator, by definition, cannot be the creator.
agree.
It's illogical. You
agree.
understand?
But
So you answered the
agree.
question.
I agree.
I answered your question.
But you
Alhamdulillah.
also
No,
argue
wait.
that there is such a thing that something was here always. So why can't
No,
the world
David. I will say to you, look, you have to understand. Now, I try to speak to you intellectually, but you can see clearly, intellectually. I have respect. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You're not there, because if you do accept that non-existent can bring me into existence, which is illogical, irrational, because like saying Shamsi is a non-existent, but he gave money to what you know, Saad. He gave money to Saad, but Shamsi doesn't even exist. That is illogical, but you believe it's possible. Therefore, Allah said, "Ittaqun nar," fear the fire, which is fuel, which is fuel with the stones and the human beings.
But if
That's how I answer you.
That the thing as God
that's
has been
it.
there always, then the world could also have been always.
No, it's not, because
Why?
we can see the clouds come into existence, did not exist. We can see the
What
tree
created
come into
the clouds?
existence.
Maybe the clouds was there always.
No, you can see,
definition?
bro. The
No.
clouds is not there to begin with. To be honest, it's waste of time now. It's waste of time. Because
is it waste of time?
Because if you do accept there's possibility,
Yeah.
non-existent
Yeah.
can create something.
Yeah.
Do you accept that?
It might be a possibility.
Yeah, take care of
Can't
yourself.
rule it out.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Now I can speak to you seriously. That's why Allah in the Quran sometimes utilize psychological arguments. Ittaqun nar, this psychological argument, because intellectual argument doesn't work with him anymore. If he believes that a non-existent can bring something into existence, therefore there's no point speaking to you. May Allah guide you, David. Hadakallah. Okay, take care of yourself. And I know deep down, you know that doesn't make any sense. But because we are debating here and there's a cameras, you saying yes, it can happen. Deep down, outside speaker's corner, you know that it's irrational,
It's
illogical.
irrational for humans. If I don't exist, I can't create something.
Of course.
But we don't know anything about nature.
By definition, David, by definition, human exists or not, by definition, non-existent means something does not exist whatsoever.
Human definition, a non-existent can't exist.
Okay, so which definition we're going to speak? Animal definition?
We don't know. Like we don't know.
Take care of yourself.
Any of the
That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know Allah's in the Quran. Have you noticed in the Quran, my brothers and sisters, many people, sometimes you see them spending hours speaking to people who deep down, they reject the truth clearly and they're still speaking about intellectual argument. No, you have to step to another argument, which is psychological argument, which the Quran is used. If the man is here standing in front of cameras and is telling me non-existent, bro, non-existent, it's like Shamsi doesn't exist. He created, he made a car, but Shamsi doesn't exist. No. Hadak Allah. Allah yahdik. Wallah, that's what I say to you. May Allah guide you. That's why in the Quran, sometimes Allah utilized psychological arguments. For example, when the Arab pagans, they said to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu bring this miracle. Allah sometimes doesn't answer. We know Allah answered by what? Tell them to fear day of judgment. Tell them to fear a maut, because you don't know, you are meant, you have to cure yourself from the disease that you have, arrogance and other diseases, in order to accept the intellectual argument which the Quran is used. Alhamdulillah. Is that your camera? What channel are you?
No, I'm just for homework.
What is it?
I'm just for homework.
Homework. What are you doing homework about Shamsi? What's good?
Homework for UCL.
UCL? Which university is
University College London.
So what is the homework about? About Speaker's Corner?
Documentary about London.
About London.
Yeah.
Do you believe in God?
What?
Do you believe in God?
I believe in Buddhism.
So Buddhism.
I'm Buddhism.
Huh?
I'm Buddhism.
You're Buddhist, yeah?
Yeah.
So you believe in many gods?
I don't believe God.
Yeah, no, Buddhism is a philosophical ideology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, do you believe in God, the creator that created this creation? Do you believe that this creation must have a creator?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Now we're going to have a discussion. That guy, anyway, if you believe that, therefore, we can see the wisdom of the creator manifest in his creation. For example, I can give you an example. Look to our own creation, yeah? We have a nose next to our mouth. Before we eat, what we do, we smell food. Yeah? We have a teeth in our mouth because we chew with our mouth. We have eyebrows above our eyes. Why? Because the sweat contains the salt. If it keeps going to your eye, it will damage it. We have a joint in our elbows. You can see there's a day and night. That's why in the Quran, Allah said in the Quran, I will say in Arabic, then translate it, yeah? إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٍ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Within the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of a day and night, it is a science for people of understanding, with a sound reasoning, that we can see there's order. It's been programmed, organized, and all of that in its programmer and organizer, and it's a creator. Do you agree with that so far? Make sense? Do you agree with that?
Like, this doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
It's too complicated to use.
It's not complicated, it's simple. That you can see clearly manifestation of the creator, because if you do accept there is a creator, we can see the wisdom of the creator, not his wisdom, the attribute, we can see the effects of his attributes. We can see design. We can see that clearly. What is today? Sunday. What is tomorrow? Monday. So it's been calculated. Salah Habibi. So it's been calculated. How you calculate it? By the sun setting and the sun rising. You can see there's an order. Like we never had a woman give birth to chicken. Woman give birth to human being. There's an order. You know, we never heard someone say the moon is going to turn to potato. You see order within the creation. You see teeth in your mouth. You can see there's an order. And that indicates there's a knowledge behind our creation. There's a wisdom. You don't even pay attention to me, man. You're looking at the camera.
I ran out of book.
No problem. Let me give you a book, maybe here as a gift for you. You know, Christian, but this speaks about God as well. That's the one I have. But you can check our website if you want to do more homework about our the dialogue and discussions.
So you're saying you don't like this order, or you don't like this organization?
No, I didn't say that. I said this organization. Which organization, by the way?
You say the creator.
No, I'm not saying I don't. You misunderstand me. No, what I'm saying that we see the creator as effect of wisdom, an effect of mercy, Like we see our own creation. Allah said in the Quran, وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Within yourselves there is a sign for Allah's existence that you should be worshipped alone. But you not reflect. So I'm showing you there is an order within our creation, and order does not come from a random reaction. It comes from someone that has a knowledge, has a wisdom, has a will. You understand? Do you understand so far? Yeah. So what I'm saying, do you understand so far?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, make it clear to you. If I tell you this camera was made by a child that is 5 years old, would you accept that?
No.
No. Okay. Child has energy, ability.
Yeah.
Child has a little knowledge. Okay. If I tell you this camera was made by rock, this camera was made by rock, would you accept that? By rock.
It could be. I think it could be.
Rock.
You know what is rock?
No, a rock.
A rock.
Yeah,
Stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stone made this.
Made this?
Maybe it could be.
Now be honest. Look, I'm not outside speaking corner and you're gonna speak to me like that. Be honest. It's serious.
That mine.
Huh? No, before that.
المكونات تاعها ممكن.
Stone. It's stone. Remember the stone this. So this made this. No way.
No way.
Because you already said a child who has knowledge, has a will, not like a rock.